When was the last time that you saw a mix like this?
This is a very challenging policy mix. This significant growth negative set of policies. I mean, really the last time that we saw such growth negative policies relative to conditions was coming out of the financial crisis, where we had the Tea Party efforts to constrain fiscal spending at a time when we needed significant stimulation. Now, of course, the economy is stronger today than it was back then, but that push, that sort of exogenous push for growth negative policies, is similar to that period, and that was a challenging time for Wall Street and also Main Street.
We've heard this a lot from various investors, but their assessment seems to be the following: that the policy mix becomes more positive as the year grows older. Do you disagree with that?
Well, if anything, it's going to take some time to get these policies in place. I mean, particularly the negotiations over appropriations for the next fiscal year, which will happen over the course of the next 6 months, will give us a view into whether there is going to be meaningful cutbacks in terms of government spending and any efforts to really balance or get close towards balancing the budget. I think the thing that's interesting is that budget policy that was passed suggests, several $100 billion a year worth of pay-fors for the TCJA extension. You put that into the budget combined with, some DOGE cuts and things like that. That is definitely likely to cut the overall spending picture in, the next fiscal year.
But Bob, they're talking about maybe getting reconciliation done by Memorial Day. I mean, that's 2 months.
Yeah, and if that's true, then what's going to happen is you're going to start to see that get priced into the market. I think in part what we've seen in the last couple of weeks is not only are we seeing significant policy uncertainty, and that is causing basically anyone with any sort of risk or levered position to cut back on their positioning, but that tilt that we're seeing is increasingly seeing expectations that the new administration is very committed to this set of negative growth policies, and that'll start to get priced in not when the spending happens, but when we actually start to see those policies enacted.